Hi guys, Mango Rev here, coming with 3 one-shot manga that you should read. One-shots I feel like are hard to recommend since they just boil down to, well, to just read them since they are short and to the point, not taking too much of your time to read. So in that case, the way this video is going down is I will recommend 3 one-shot manga and then discuss them after I have recommended them. And hopefully y'all can bring some discussion in the comments below. So without further ado, the first one I recommend is Resign by Hanzutsu. It is only 32 pages and has somewhat of a minimal and cute art style. It is a seinen drama that takes you through the mind of a chauffeur and his little mistress. The second one I recommend is The Sound of Something New by Hajimari no Ota. This one is 36 pages and I believe that this is a banger. I hope the art direction this manga takes you through shows you why I think this one is a banger. This one shows how a manga with minimal dialogue can still be a hit. I would categorize this one as romance. The third one I recommend is Young Boy and Diamond by Shonen to Diamondo. This one is the shortest by far with 24 pages. This one is a little cliche with the shonen sport premise, but I believe that this one had the most promise of becoming a long-running series. Well, with that, the video is over. Just kidding, this wouldn't be much of a video if I left it off at that. I hope you guys gave those manga a read. I hope you did, because I'm going to spoil them in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Resign by Hanzutsu shows the main character hating his job and supposedly does it only for money. But in the process of his job, he questions his own views on the wealthy, which is that he confirms that they are jerks. But even so, they could have all the wealth in the world, but there would still be bullies and jerks within the upper class, like shown with his mistress. He sees that she is not one of those jerk-like individuals though. He sees that she is kind, treats people like people, but most importantly, the main character finally sees that the wealthy are human too. In the beginning, he would have let his mistress be bullied. He saw how strong she was, and no matter how much she suffered, she was always smiling. And with that, he finally resigns himself from not being involved with his mistress, and takes action to protect someone who he himself deemed not worthy caring about. This one shot was good because it made me root for the main character to change, and finally give the bullies what they deserve. Even though it had a bittersweet ending, I believe that in the end, he and the girl would remain in contact. The Sound of Something New is a comfy and warm read, and is why I recommended it. It's not every day you see a manga with what seems to be a deaf lead, not accounting for a silent voice. But anyways, just like the one-shot it is, there is a little bit but a lot to say about this one. The pacing for this one-shot is fantastic. It gives you just what you want. I also hope this manga gives you a taste and an introduction of the shoujo genre, if you have not experienced one just yet. This small romance that would take some authors over 100 chapters to convey does it in one. I love the fact that this manga can create stories in pages without text. For example, in one page it shows fun side characters that would be supportive of the girl confessing, as well as a love rival who is only seen as a friend and who should have shot her shot earlier. These are my interpretations anyways. In another page, the author shows a confession so greatly telegraphed to the reader that the author didn't even need to type it out. The absence of any text in the confession panel says more than words can. That single panel made me feel like I was a bystander in the confession, hoping, praying that she succeeds in her love. But that is for the reader to decide, as the last scene is left for us to interpret. Last but not least, we got Young Boy and Diamond. This one is just a great read that makes you want to achieve dreams. I believe this one could have been a long-running series and has all the little things that could be a nice sports shonen. You have the main character who isn't really interested in baseball and just wants to be chillin'. But like any shonen, his motivation manifests when a strikingly attractive young reporter catches his attention and tells him that the coolest guys shine brightest when they aspire to something. Taking those words to heart, the main character finally has his motivation set in stone to impress the reporter. This one, if it were a long-running series, I feel like would have his driving force originally be his attraction to the reporter and his promise to her. But in the process of becoming a pro, he falls in love with the sport. I think overall this one gets the point across and ends in a cute way where the main character finally hits it off with the reporter and makes both of their dreams come true. I hope you all like my recommendations. I'm still trying to figure out how to style my YouTube channel, but I will try my hardest to recommend any and all type of manga, as well as review good and bad ones. Once again, thanks a million for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.